Good afternoon, Stitch Roadies. Don't I look lovely? I've been out gardening. We're doing all these things in preparation for when we won't have time to do everything. And so I was out there climbing around, pruning the trees. We have quite a bit in our yard, so I was getting that all done, and G was helping me stuff the barrel full of stuff to be taken away. And yeah, so I'm kind of, luckily this isn't smell-o-vision because I'm kind of sweaty. But life is putting, we're one step in front of the other. We're getting closer to his time of having his surgery, so all's going forward. Yes, so I hope all of you are doing well also. I appreciate all of the well wishes. I've told him all about them and that you all are cheering him on. We are just, this weekend will be the only weekend that I've readjusted our schedule, but this weekend I'm going to the beach retreat in Cannon Beach with the Acorns and Threads crew, and I am so looking forward to it. You know, you sometimes have to just take a moment and take a breath, and this weekend is going to be that moment. Cross-stitch stitching of any kind has been such a calming moment for me, and that is why I have readjusted some of the schedule for my stitching. I've worked it all out in my head, so yeah, listen up. Well, I realized that one of the things that I am passionate about is that when I am stitching something for someone, that it only can have good juju in it. I can't be stressed out. I can't be angry at what's happening with the stitch. It has to have good juju. And I realized that the birthday stitches that I had in my mind for this year were going to be stressful because of the timing. And I did anticipate that maybe I should chuck the designated stitch and insert a birthday stitch to try to get it done. But it almost felt like I was forcing it. And truth be told, my designated stitch has been such a comfort to me to see it in its, because right now it's like blooming. You know, you get to that point in a stitch, I know some of you understand this, where you've been stitching away at it and suddenly you realize, whoa, it's blooming. And that's where I am with the designated stitch, and I don't want to stop. It's bringing me so much comfort. So what I decided to do is move the birthday stitches to Christmas stitches. I mean, they're going to be Christmas presents, not birthday presents. And then I'll have much more time. And so when I finish the designate, I know I'm babbling. I'm making up excuses maybe, but I totally believe in myself. When I finish that designated stitch, then one of the birthday stitches will go in to the queue. And my friend Cheryl, she helped me put that one stitch into Pattern Keeper, and so that's going to help a lot with that, because I was forewarned by one of you. Thank you for all your help in whatever way you help. That you forewarned me that that stitch was challenging and that you used a program to keep track. And so I immediately took it over to Cheryl's house and said, help me put this on here because I don't know how to do it. Yeah, so that felt good to make that decision. It just felt really good to make that decision. The designated stitch, I don't have it here to show you, but it is it's just so beautiful. It is so beautiful. And I'm enjoying it. I'm very much enjoying it. It makes me think that maybe modern folk embroidery, I've done their stuff before, but Jacob, but maybe, you know, I love it. I love it. I love how it just kind of blooms in front of you. I did have a finish, and it was Tiny Modernist. It was my first finish of the Nashville releases, and it's Twilight Moon. Isn't that adorable? It's with the called for threads, which were special threads for Nashville Market Threadworks. And it's on, from Acorns and Threads, it's on 32 count Twilight Blue. You know, I don't have a favorite fabric. I know there's some people that they've evolved from Ada, and then they started doing, you know, some even weave, and then linen, and different counts of linen. I kind of don't have a favorite. I like whatever I'm working on, and however it presents itself is good for me. And so this was on a 32 count, and I just love how it turned out. I'm not sure how I'm going to fully finish it though, so I'm just kind of leaving it to simmer and speak to me. Yeah. I am working on some, you know, my book of days. I have the Christmas stitch and the Halloween stitch that I want to have touched one of those, either a Christmas one or a Halloween one each month, so that I don't end up at the holiday with, you know, not done or no progress. But I'm quite proud of myself because when I picked up my Halloween stitch earlier this morning, and let me tell you, my mind was buzzing at 3:30 in the morning, and I forced myself to stay in bed till 4, but yeah, I finally gave up. Too many things going on, and so my mind is just buzzing. So I came in here and I said, I'm going to get my star for my Halloween stitch. And when I started to stitch on day 11, I realized that this whole line on the calendar grid was one too short. Now, I've been known to throw a really great tantrum, but I was really quite proud of myself because I said, I don't have the resources right now to throw a tantrum. See, here's the project. And so what I did, because I did this on 28 count 2/2, it's on the grid, and so it's really tight. But I decided to rip out just one square at a time as I go down, so that I don't have this big thing to deal with. And I'm going to go ahead and, yep, because there's no way I was going to readjust every picture by one line. I did not want to deal with that. And look at this Chris Yo bag. It's so cute. It is really cute. I had a start on Earth Day, and I did share that with you before, that I was going to start this on Earth Day. And it is a Brenda Gervais, The Earth Laughs. The Earth Laughs in Flowers. Isn't that? There is something about the colors that Brenda Gervais chooses for her projects that are just so lovely. And so when I kitted this up, I had the called for floss, and I loved everything. I didn't convert anything, not that I know how to do that. But I had to pick fabric out. And so I went through my piles of fabric. I have my fabric separated. One drawer has like 32 count and larger, and then 36 to 56 is in a separate box. I found the perfect piece. It was a 32 count Lugana by Be Stitch Me, and it's called Grog. And I mean, it's perfect. It's perfect. And so there's my start. I love the floss colors. I just love them. So pretty. And I love the fabric. So that Be Stitch Me, there's some lovely, lovely fabrics there. We are really blessed with the people who are committed to providing us with fabric. So let's see. Okay, next is my Christmas stitch, which I'm going to work on today so I can get my green star for this month. And this is With Thy Needle and Thread, O Tannenbaum. And it's the one that has to, it's going to go into a box. And I have the box that all these little pillows go into. I just have to paint the box, but this is it right here. And this fabric, let's see here. I don't know if I know. Oh yeah, it's Picture This Plus Linen Legacy 36 count with the called for threads. And so there, it's just, yeah. So that is the one that I have designated as my Christmas stitch. And I would like to get all of those squares done and in the box before this Christmas, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah. I had to readjust the schedule this month, you all know that, but I have this one weekend that's in between everything else, and I'm going on the beach retreat with Acorns and Threads. So if you have a chance to sign up for Acorns and Threads newsletter, then I in my heart, I know that Janine is going to do this beach retreat again, because so many of us are so excited to be going and enjoying the beach. And the Oregon coast is beautiful, absolutely stunning. And Cannon Beach is really an exceptional beach town. The hotel that we're staying in is on the beach, and they provide s'mores, campfire and s'mores, weather permitting. So I'm so excited about that. And it is across the street from a beautiful glass blowing art studio and a quilt store, which if you have not seen the quilt store on Quilt Roadies, my quilting channel, if you query Center Diamond, the Center Diamond in Cannon Beach, I've done a walk around in that shop. It's not big, but oh my gosh, is it just packed. It has, it has a wonderful selection. So I'm very much looking forward to that. So having to decide what to take, I got my smalls exchange, because I am doing the small. Not, you don't all have to do the smalls exchange, but I am doing that. So I got that done and packed, and then I had to decide what to bring. And I decided because the worst possible scenario is that you run out, and you don't want that to happen. You just don't. That would be so. I can throw a tantrum then, and that has happened to me at Quilt Retreat, and my girlfriends, they never want to live through that again. No. So I'm taking 4 projects with me, and one of them is a monthly mini by Primrose Cottage. And I didn't start this till March, and so now I am on November. So I have November, December, January, February. So I have 4 left to start. Boy, I have dirt from digging in the garden. So this is my, yeah. So I might try to get that November one done, and then we can move on to Christmas. And this, I'm doing this on Cedar River linen, overcast, 32 count. You should go on her site, Jody, Cedar River linen. We are so blessed with all these fabulous fabric dyers. Let me just tell you, yeah, we have some fabulous fabric dyers. So I'm taking that one, and then yesterday it was so funny. I went to my middle grandson's baseball game. And so we brought our folding chairs, and my younger grandson was sitting on my lap, and then he had to go to the bathroom, so his mother took him to the porta potty. I am not, nor will I ever be, a porta potty person. Yeah, no. In fact, I was almost trying to convince G to bring Penny the van and park it there so I could have my own, but luckily I didn't need it. But his mother took him to the porta potties, and when he came back and he got in my lap, and I said, well, how was it? Was it disgusting? And he said, it was disgusting. Yeah, so yeah. Wash your hands. Wash your hands. So this is my project I'm doing for him in his bathroom, and it is on Belfast linen, vintage smoky white, 32 count. And this is what I mean. I don't have a favorite count. I just like doing whatever I'm doing on whatever I'm doing. And yeah. So working on the microbes. It's going to be great. I'm bringing that. And I mean, I have a plan to at least get a thread in everything. But, you know. This is going to get done at the beach, though. And the reason being is that this was a Sal by the Acorns and Threads Sal Queen, Tasha. And so if you go on and join the Acorns and Thread Friends on Facebook, there will be a folder there where the admin of it is Margaret, but Tasha is the Sal moderator. And so this was the last one we did, Jump Clump. And you know, so I had this cute little bag for that Jump Clump. And this has to get done because we're starting another Sal May 1st. But all I have left, oh, it's just so cute. And I'm pretty sure that I have done this on 40 count. I'm pretty sure this is on 40 count. But all I have left are the spiders, the 2 spiders, 3 spiders. So I'm going to get this done at the beach because I am going to be ready for March 1st. So that is going. And then this has to go to the beach because we're going to the beach. How many times can I say beach in one video? Okay, this is Beach Rat by the Artsy Housewife. Isn't that fabulous? It's fabulous. And let's see, we have it on 40 count vintage country mocha Newcastle with the called for colors. And that's as far as I got when I started it at the beach. And I started it at that hotel that we are actually staying at because I wanted to check it out ahead of time. So G and I went earlier this year, which was lovely. And yeah, definitely has to, the Artsy Housewife has to go to the beach. And the reason for the jump club being done, having to get done there, is because on May 1st, if you call up Acorns and Threads, she has patterns available. An Ode to the Libraries by Beth Twist. Now let me just talk about Beth Twist. You know, I love, as a person, she is absolutely lovely. As a designer, she is like cream of the crop. This is just a beautiful, and I'm a big library fan, big book person. And so this was a perfect chart for Tasha to designate as a SAL for Acorns and Threads. But at the end of this video, I will have G post a photograph of Beth with her, one of her finishes. You will be shocked by that photograph because she is holding the framed piece in front of her. And when we were sharing a table at the Jeanette Douglas workshop, and she was in hand stitching away, and you see the sea of variety of frames and hoops and gewgaws that people use to stitch. And here's Beth with her hand sewing away, and I said, do you never use anything? And she goes, no. And I said, so like with Eyes on the Sparrow, she said, all in hand. I was like, really? All in hand. So that is why I am doing this. I decided, well, I'm just going to give it a shot, you know. This Brenda Gervais, The Earth Sings in Flowers, I'm just doing it in hand, just to see. She says, yeah, I like doing it in hand, and I just, she told me how she started, and she wads it up and holds it, and she just stitches away, and then she can hold it close and stuff. Well, it makes you, I don't have one way. Like some things I use a Q-snap, some things I use a hoop, a Patoki frame, a Nerge. I just try whatever's available at the moment. But to know that you really don't need anything, except for if you're doing 56 count. I have to say that Jean from the attic, she said you have to have a hoop with 56 count. It just makes it easier. It just makes it easier. And yeah, so I'm very excited. I'm babbling and all over the board with this, but you can call Acorns and Threads for this one. They have, they got a shipment in because it, the very existence of libraries affords the best evidence that we may yet have hope for the future of humanity. Yes. Yes. I used to work for my, when I was in college, I worked in the library and for a year. And oh, you talk about dream job. I don't know why I didn't major in library science. That would have been awesome. So was there a haul? Well, there was a little bit of haul. Acorns and Threads got a shipment of a variety of scissors, and these scissors, I mean, I was really, I mean, I actually had the red ones in my hand, but you know, I tend to go towards red. Red looks good on me. I like red quilts. I like French General Fabrics. I like red. But I decided to step out of my box. And these scissors came in like 4 different colors. And so Golden Forge Scissors, exemplary accessories for hand embroidery. And I decided to get the green ones. Aren't they beautiful? Just beautiful. Yeah, so I got those. And then cork linen, natural, because I've got to do a shepherd's bush stocking. So that came in. I ordered that and it came in. And then I needed 2 more skeins of amber by Weeks Dye Works for the Lord of the Rings stitch. So I got that. And then I hit the pot of gold. I hit the pot of gold. And what I mean by that is I was at Cheryl, and I can't stress enough that we need to keep cheering her on. I think by June she will be ready to launch her channel, and it's a full life channel, which is gonna, I've said before, is gonna include quilting, cross-stitching, embroidery, canning, gardening, chickens, excuse me. I said gardening and I sneezed. Isn't that funny? So I was over taking a tour of the facility. Yes, where she's going to have gatherings and classes. And she was organizing her cross stitch. Yeah, it was kind of funny. I'm telling you. Ask her about Mill Hill kits. But she said, I hate 56 count. Now, you know, I have no hates. I'm willing to do it all. You know, it's just what it is. But she hates 56 count. And so she said, here, you take all of this 56 count fabric. I was like, really? Well, I'm kind of glad she hated it, you know, because look at this. I mean, I got this piece. Oh, what is this? Oh, this is Cedar River. No wonder I love it so much. Red cedar, 56 count. Oh my gosh. And then this one is also lovely. Oh, Cedar River, 56 count. Albarium. And then Shrekie's Tan by Needle Bling, 56 count. Oh, I'm here to tell you, oh, I hit the jackpot. I think I hit the jackpot, yes. Okay, so I think that's it. I think I've covered it all as much as I can right now. But thank you for all of your well wishes and support. We appreciate it so much. Who knows? I think May will be kind of sketch a little bit time-wise, but we'll see. Never know. he could get bored and want to edit some stuff. So, you all take care. Thank you so much. Like, thumbs up, subscribe. We would appreciate it. And if you want to, you can go back to the old ones. Other than that, you know I love you guys. And really zoom in and stop the video and look at that picture of Beth. Wow.